Oh, Margalie, it's so good that you're here. We're just about to start planning our Greater Good service. So,
Oh, I'm glad to hear that because, on Sunday when I made the announcement, I was sitting there wondering, okay, I can get some of the gist behind it, but I don't fully understand it. Can you tell me more about what Greater Good is?
oh, right. I'm so glad you asked. You're definitely not the only one who doesn't know or who could use a reminder, I'm sure. So, the basics of Greater Good, it's part of our holiday traditions here at First Unitarian. It's the first of our three sacred services in December: Greater Good, Solstice, and then Christmas Eve. And with our Greater Good service, what we've been doing all leads up to this moment, but what we've been doing is really important. So, what is that? Community organizations local to Rochester apply to our Greater Good Committee, which is made up of an intergenerational panel. There's always a youth on that panel, but it's not just youth. There are also adults, and Sheila's even on that panel. And so then that panel narrows it down to three organizations, and then children vote. So they, around the same time that lots of adults in our community are voting, our children also get to vote, and they select two organizations, and those organizations then split the contributions that our community comes together to give as a gift in December. Anyone
Wow.
else? Yeah.
Yeah, and on the congregation side, we ask people to just sit down with their families and take a real look at what they're planning to spend on the holidays. And that is everything from gift giving to travel and feasts, and to really think about what is necessary and what is maybe a little too much. We take a look at that number and we ask people to cut it in half and consider giving half of what they would have spent, perhaps gratuitously, on gifts and travel, on these organizations that our children have selected, living more simply so that others can simply live. The idea is that we really want people to change the way that they approach the holidays. It's not simply giving up what they don't need, but to say maybe we can do something differently. We don't have to do our holidays like we've always done them.
Hmm.
Yeah, Margalie, one of the things that it's really helps our families to do is to have a different frame for helping to grow our UU children and youth, that we don't need to look at consumerism and the cultural norms around what the holiday is, that we have our own kind of UU magic, that it comes because the children actually lead us, which is really the story of the Christian story, right? The story of being born in a stable. It's about this light and love that comes from very simple means and changes the world. And that's the thing that we try to embody with this project with our kids.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm so glad I asked because, I kind of had an idea that's what it was, but it's such a beautiful idea and such a beautiful concept, and how well it seems like First You has been executing it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know so much about it. I'll have to share this idea with other people.